Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get a peek some of the stars in today's game. Well, will they be stars? Will you be a star? We'll find out. Let's play. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from the City Beautiful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Mariota now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Third and long here for Mariota, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr is going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From midfield, here's Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 15 that time. And it'll be a Minnesota first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're...
Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started. Ready to go now on a sunny afternoon in the East Bay. And off we go from Oakland. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Throwing on first down is Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tim Brown, 30 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Time running out here on the play clock. And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The first carry now for Doug Martin. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with the big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Brian Quick, the intended target, and that'll make it third down. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. And it's brought in by Pitta. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Brady now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Again, it's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Doug Martin, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Wait 20! Wait 20! Easy.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Brady. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Brady to throw again. A right side catch by Crabtree. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's had great protection back there to throw. Really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means the trainer doesn't have to deal with him because he's not getting hit. Also means that he's able to find targets downfield at his leisure. That allows him to be really accurate.
His throw caught at about the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
55!
They'll run. Martin. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Brady to throw on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Carl try it again on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. Third down here.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing his car on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles.
My 20! Hey, 66!
On second down, here's Brady. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
My 20! My 20! Go!
Throwing on first down is Brady. Incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Here we go! My 20! 322! My 20! Learn!
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
55!
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Moncrief left side. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
220! 380! 52!
Now a play fake here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
My 20! 53! 35!
Brady will try again on second down. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And that will be incomplete as well.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They do go for it. It's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
All right, here we go.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing now is Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Complete. He finds Brate. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a first down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it.
All right, here we go.
Carr now on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Carr again. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
All right, here we go.
Here's McCoy. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the 2nd quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. It's a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the 1st half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd. Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. There's Dan Carpenter set to kick this one off. And we are underway from the City Beautiful. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
All right, here we go. Rally. Sam, we go rally. Rally. Hey, we go rally. Rally.
From the gun, it's Carr. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Carr going to throw. This is caught by Antonio Brown. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And he did get it back, I do think, yes. So no turnover on the punt, and it'll be a first down.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. A gain of 3, second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout. On second down, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner, shows it there on third down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now the first carry for Bush. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. To throw on second down is Stafford. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Jarvis Landry. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 62 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And it's second down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
On second down, it's McCoy. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sense that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on first down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They'll get 16 yards there. And that leads to a Minnesota first down. And the play clock's running down. They'll try the right side with McCoy. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Brown, the lone receiver left. On play action, now Carr. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on it a little bit more.
Here's Carr, and that is incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Going deep this time for Miller. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like